Alright, this is FinderX with another video walkthrough. As promised in the previous video, we'll be going through the remaining alternate route in Oneiro, the game that I created and finished a couple years back. Previously we've been through the main route, Beautiful Dreamer, and the alternate route, Conspiracy. So in this video we'll cover the remaining route, the final alternate route, which is called the 6 Sigils. The reason for that will become apparent as we play the game. So let's proceed. Alright, so I'm starting from the beginning because there are certain preconditions you have to meet on certain levels. I'll be adding jump positions in the video description that'll let you basically jump to whatever part of the video you need to do the things you need to do. But for the rest of you, I'll be going through the game as normal, which means starting from this level again and picking up the Sword of the Pyramid. There isn't much really to go over until we get to those other levels, but maybe I'll come up with some sort of commentary.
Side 3, side 4, side 3, side 4.
Alright, so here we are at the castle here, and we'll just go and get the stuff we need to beat Michelangelo's David, the first boss. We'll be doing the acid trick like last time, just for expediency. And actually the first thing we'll need to do to trigger the alternate route, or the true route, or however you want to call it, it's basically the most difficult route to obtain, and none of the information required to trigger it is really present without having to do quite a bit of digging. So in that sense, it's not really an alternate route so much as it is a secret route. But we'll get into that once we get into the sigils portion. Trigger the cat. There we go. Check for, he's way over there. Pick up the water. That's good. And we'll pick up the sulfur. Now I've got the acid. And just kill that guy real quick. One thing I should note is that you can go this way, but you have to be aware of that trap wall. Usually I go around and you don't have to worry about it. Alright. And then we hit the cat, and the cat goes. And then we get to the barrels, and the cat is taking its sweet time. There he goes. And blammo. We sink down here, and we go up the stair. And trigger the boss. Wait for him to jump, and then we get him, and then we get power. There we go. And then we get to this level. Alright, the forest. So as before, we'll have to hit all the Moai heads. Try to touch the burning trees there. 1. Get out of my way. Avoid the living rocks. those centipedes. That makes 2. Oh shit. Okay, well this part of the forest is probably going to catch fire after a while. Alright, so here's the part where we need to pay attention. Besides worrying about the moai heads, there's this large rock. It's not present anywhere else in the game. You go up to it, make sure you're not holding anything in your inventory, which you shouldn't. And then if you press the action button as though you're trying to pick up an item, it'll boost the rock out of the way, and you can see that we've got ourselves a new item, a Bible in this case. You can also continue to push the rock. It doesn't really do much good. Uh-oh. Yeah, most of this is going to be on fire. And we'll get the third moai head. So this book in and of itself doesn't do anything, but we need it in a later level in order to get one of the sigils. As you might expect, the name of the route is the 6 sigils because you have to pick up 6 markings, or basically these rune-like objects that are hidden within the levels of this game. And because there are branching paths and whatnot, you have to go through a certain route in order to get access to those sigils. This is part of the common route, so we don't have to really worry. Just, yeah, there's all those burned up trees. Just make sure that you have the book in your inventory. Alright. Some more burned up trees. We gotta trigger that gearbox. I forgot about that. Right up here. We're going to go through this route to the lake level, not because we necessarily have to, but because it's probably the fastest way to get to where we need to be. Alright, so previously we used this level to get to the sunken ship and to get the all-seeing eye item. Well, we're going to skip that so we don't go on that route, and instead we will proceed as intended through this level. There's the sea monster or lake monster. It would be the lake monster, I guess, because this level is called the lake, and it's very clearly a lake. So we'll just... I don't know, the timing is kind of narrow. See, and the thing about this is if he runs into these gangplanks, the monster does, then those sections of the plank start to sink. And you're much slower in the water than on land, so it's difficult to outrun them if you don't just make a beeline down the way toward the shore. Once you're on the shore, you'll be safe. There you can see the missing sections of the gangplank. And you can see the monster can't get at us. There goes our escape route, I guess. It doesn't matter, though, because we'll be proceeding along this exit. So here we are at the plains level, just a sort of an intermission before the next boss fight. We can see a figure in the distance. And it fades away. So this, like I said, isn't a very taxing level. It's just sort of an in-between, a little breather before the next boss fight. Alright, so here we are at Station Island. From the front this time, since we didn't take the ship. We'll just swim over. I should note that, just like how we used it in the sunken ship, you can use stone skin to sink beneath the water, if you'd like. It doesn't really have a purpose in the main route, other than being sort of interesting. But we won't have to worry about that for this fight. Alright, so let's fight Worm, or Vorm, or whatever it goes by. Whoops, I let it get too close. Also, I clearly did not dodge that fireball, even though I could have. Boy. This is probably the worst stage to start losing health, too, right at the beginning. Start weaving a bit so we can dodge the fireballs. Okay, not too bad.
Energize.
And we'll just energize up the stairs like so. And great. Got turned around here. Okay. Grab the lens, direct the beam of light into the statue, and there we go. Now we can make our exit. Alright, so the nightmare level is the first level that contains a sigil. So be sure to pay attention if you haven't already. Although again, I'll be putting some timestamps in the ticket, or in the video description there, and that will indicate at what point you should start actively paying attention for each sigil. So we'll just round the corner. In the other corner, skip Dr. Roberts. And we'll just get right on through there. Unscrew the camera right there. Take care of that guy and that guy. And we might as well just round it off. Alright, so here's where we do things slightly differently. As before,
Energize.
you can run through this section. Try not to hit those tiles. And probably going to hit these by accident. Nope. And now duck in this hole like before. But instead of going to the next level right away, you proceed backwards along the route the monster had gone. I just want to make sure I don't hit any of the tiles, because it's rather unpleasant to have to deal with that.
Energize.
Alright, so here's the first sigil. Hiding behind where the monster spawns, it's a pentagram, so we'll just go ahead and take it. And they show up on the left hand of your status, like it does there. And that's great. So we got the first one of 6. And because
Energize.
I'll just energize over those. Because the monster's blocking the way to the dungeon level, we'll be taking... Whoops, where is that hole? Here we go. We'll be taking the route to the temple ruins through this door. Alright, so here we are at the temple ruins. Gotta take care of those scarabs. This might be a good place to indicate it, but the next sigil, if you look carefully at that wall, you'll see there's like an outline which indicates a false wall. So what you want to do is just go up to it. From here it looks pretty seamless, but if you go up to it and press the action button without without an item in hand, just press the action button, it opens up and you get the second sigil, which is the Wajet, or the Wedjat. The Egyptian eye symbol, anyway. So that one isn't very intuitive, not as though many of these are, but that's why they call it a secret ending, I guess. Alright, so we grabbed the brick. Last time we didn't grab the brick because we had the all-seeing eye item, which meant we could skip most of this level. Unfortunately, we don't have that luxury this time, so we will just proceed as normal. And another scarab. It just keeps jumping off the walls. There.
Energize.
Might as well make up for last time here. So we go into this room. The ceiling starts descending. It will crush you to death if you don't have the brick and you don't put the brick in that set of gears. So that's gone. Brings us to a sarcophagus. Use the action button to sneak under there. Alright. So this brings us to this puzzle. So we need to have, there's these symbols on the wall, and these correspond to numbers. And this little chart sort of helps us understand it. And it says we need to get 68 total without going over, or else basically you die. And you'll notice that, well, you don't need to necessarily know this, but if you look at this chart, basically the progression of numbers is the same as binary. It's like a 4-digit binary. So you go 1 for that last column, 2 for the next to last column, 4 for the second column, 8 would be, the first column would be 2 circles, if you follow me. So we need 68. So I think, I'm trying to think if mathematically, okay, so this has got 8 and 2, yeah, so that makes that 10. 8, 4, and 1. Let's just stick with even numbers, I think. So we'll just ignore the ones with 2 at the bottom. 8, which gives us 18. 18 plus 6 is 24. Plus 12 is 36. And this should be 15. We'll skip that for now. 40. 42. 56. So we need 12 more. 56, 68, 12. So I think we took care of all the even numbers, really. So that leaves us with 2 odds. We'll do 3, and then we just need 9. And 9 would be this one. Alright, so we didn't die, which is nice. And also the way forward opened. And I guess just for posterity, let's take care of these aliens first because they're shooting. You gotta just sort of pin them against the wall and hit them. Alright, so for posterity, you want to turn on the second one, the 4th one, the 5th one, the 8th one, the 9th one, the 10th one, the 12th one, the 13th one, and the 16th one, and that will add up to 68, and that will let you go forward. So it's kind of a time-consuming puzzle, but we got through it. Activate the tank. Boom. Door opens.
Energize.
And we'll jump across the gaps. There. One last scarab before we leave. Alright. So we're in the labyrinth. And get that skeleton. You'll want to hug the left wall for most of this to get to the mirror, which is what we need to get to fight Medusa, or at least, you know, take care of that without having to do an actual fight. I was going through my inventory. We've really only got...
Energize.
Damn it. Didn't quite clear the jump again. We've really only got this one item, which we'll be using later. You want to turn right here instead of left. But we'll be picking up the mirror right here. Grab that. Skeleton. We can proceed, hugging the left wall again. Ow. Okay, I got them both. I walked right through a trap too, but I was not right underneath of it. Jump.
Energize.
Might as well go faster here. And ignore the skeleton. Although I'm a bit wary about him. Alright, so we've come up on the statues section again. Take care of him. And once we round past here, just keep the mirror out and the lights on. And once she gets into line of sight, she just dies. Pick up the head. Come down here.
The world.
And keep that door open. And proceed to the next level. Alright, so now we're on
Energize.
the midnight train. And we'll just proceed to the end of that level. You may recall this is another branching path, but that's only really if you have the all-seeing eye item.
Energize.
But we can proceed directly and just ignore Quigley, who's going to show up right next to this ladder.
Nadaija.
Yep, jump down the hole. And we will go through this door. Okay, so here we are at the graveyard level. Take the high route to just avoid every single obstacle here. I think we will need this power. But we need to pick up, I think there's 5 or 6 roses. Pick it up. Okay. So we got Bible, mirror, rose. And then up here we just walk through this lot toward the second rose. And then keep your time stop ready, or the world, I guess. Use it. Destroy that guy. We've got 2 roses now. And we'll head over to this playground area.
Energize.
And we got another flower. Alright, we start laying them on the graves. 1, 2, 3. Oh, alright.
Energize.
There was a 5th flower, and I forgot that was on top of the shipping container that formed the exit for the previous level. So let's just whisk back real quickly.
Energize.
I can see it from here. It's right over there. I think we can just skirt around like this, even though it's a little suspect. We'll just do it. Get the flower. And do the same to get back the other way.
Energize.
Boop.
Energize.
So quite a lot of running around to this level. If I had remembered that flower from the beginning, then it would have been a little quicker. But that's just the way it is. So we'll just put the last flower in place. And there we go. And the door is open to us. Alright, so for this level, you may recall that we need to use this key. And, well, we'll get into that. But another thing that you may have suspected, if I can get these little guys, there we go, there's one.
The world.
I'll just use that, it's a little easier. It's just a bullet. There's the guy. Damn it. There's one. I think there's one more. I think that was all of them. Alright. Says you may have deduced the Bible we picked up has something to do with this level here. If you go to this lectern and use it, the item on there, it gives us the next sigil, which is, I think, that's the void kanji. So, in the meantime, we'll just proceed to get our 4 elements and unlock the door like we normally do. So up and up and up we go, so that we can hear the organ play. And then we'll go and down the stairs here. And get to the potted plant. Get the earth key. And then go up the stairs. Up and up and up. There we are. use one last key.
The world.
See if I can sneak up on this guy. I don't think it lasts long enough. Nope. Just a hair too short. And there's one more. There we are. Get the key. I don't know if this is really any faster, but you can go up these stairs. And that should give us the clearance that we need to take the elevator. And again, we are at the space station level.
Energize.
So we'll just proceed again. A lot of proceeding today. Get up here. Get the speaker.
Hoi, hoi. Ama, quigli. Aleja averu kau hacha safa. Iba qua averu como siu kua deca onto za
Jump
us.
on down.
Za verda kua ka u kua proxa u dari non prevo. Ya kisa sa kua nangun
Get the key card.
vialo.
There we are.
Nenos ima quamo pebo kua traedo ona sawado. Ha'a kua sistemu daka duraga uon. Oneiro. So kua wata. Yaso kua tola keo doista.
While he's talking, we might as well do a little exploration.
Demoeo tuso tenvo furo. Casa oneiro sistemu. Kua genai suponga kua prampa. Ha'a kambi akuma.
Basically, the space station's set up to be sort of like the edges of a cube.
Ya nu
So they all sort of interconnect. That's the entrance.
Earok ona zaneru ladan zasugak. Demu nagon kega entreprem. Depreu traikadan so. Ualezale onasaurus. Zabio onto nua kua aeroreima. Onza pezzo unza welsam nuers. Zaer snow tarning gubak.
Alright, great. Now we can exit the level.
Bonus awarded.
And there it goes. Like I said, it's sort of like the edges of a cube, generally. So we'll fall back to Earth, which takes a little while. Alright, well here we are in the Antarctic again. And this time what you want to do is go in, not the opposite direction from the house, but just sort of go in this direction. If the starting direction you face is north, then we'd be going to the northwest.
Energize.
And there's no reason we can have to walk there. We can do some runs here. There's one skeleton coming after us. Alright, I think there's that bump on the horizon there.
Energize.
That's where we want to go. Skeleton's pretty far. That bump's pretty far too.
Energize.
Any more skeletons? Just the one?
Energize.
getting pretty close now.
Energize.
Alright, we've come across a downed Nazi UFO. There's one more skeleton. Oh, there's a couple of them. Wow. Anyway, to get to this sigil, the next one, you need to hit this with your sword 100 times. Not very intuitive, but that's the way it goes. It's the secret ending, so we gotta do sort of these secret things. Take care of that skeleton real quick. I think that was about 50 times we've hit it. Oh, I was off by 10. So we pick up the swastika, and there we've got our 4th sigil.
Energize.
So quite a mix of... Whoa, shit. There's a skeleton. So we gotta be wary of the remaining skeletons. Well, what I was gonna say is we have quite a mixture of symbols across different cultures and with different significances.
Energize.
But the point is, yeah, so it's all sort of mystical symbology that we're working with here. And of course we're heading toward the level exit since we've picked that up. We no longer need to worry about anything else in this level. Except for possibly any lingering skeletons that we'll need to take care of. Hopefully that won't be the case.
Energize.
And it looks like we're home free. Yeah, we're good. So we go into the next level. Now, as you recall, this level's on a time limit, but it's a pretty long one, so we don't have to act super fast. But first thing you want to do is come down to the basement floor, go up to this computer, press the action button to pick up an item. So you've got the floppy disk, which we'll be using in a later level to do what we need to do. In the meantime, I think we've got like 150 seconds, it's like a minute and a half or something like that, to just sort of explore as we need to. I think the reasoning being that if you didn't know where to go to pick up the item, you would have the opportunity to pick that up before the level ends.
Energize.
In the meantime, all we can really do is jump on furniture. So let's see. Get on that. Whoops. Alright, so starting from here, jump up there, jump up. No, not quite enough air.
Energize.
There. Of course, with Energize, you can pretty much jump anywhere that you want to. It's worn off now, though, which is kind of a pain. There we go. So we're...
Energize.
You'll pay for that.
We cut down Dr. Roberts and we go up the stairs and just fly through this level. Get the key. Save our ritual until we get here. Now I believe I just played this level, so you'd think that I would know.
Energize.
There we go. We'll just skip across. There we go. There's the key. Jump up here. And I believe there were 7 knights. I counted last time, and I think it came out to around 7.
The world. The world.
There we go. I got all 7. Go up here. Get the key off the tail. And then we fight the 4th boss. Dang it. There's 1, 2, 3. So again, you want to parry his spear there. And I think now he starts throwing knives. Whoops, ow. Ow. I think we got him pretty close. There we go. Pick up Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Trigger the plate and go up to the roof. And get transported.
Typhoon.
Might as well knife all the demons on the way through.
Typhoon. 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 Typhoon.
There we are. Go through the freeze frame section here. And it's great.
Energize.
Then we jump up real close here.
Energize.
And that's that. Alright, so now we're at the office level. Take the floppy disk, come up to this computer here, and use the floppy disk to turn it into the 5th sigil, which is the Mac icon, the old version. So now we got 5 of the 6.
Typhoon.
Break the window, hop on down. And now I think the route appears to be the same as before for this level, but in the next level we'll see that we've triggered the alternate route, or the secret route rather.
So, you made it to the end of my dream. When I say this is my dream,
Alright, well I think we can just hit him with our
not
sword.
Skin.
Typhoon.
Energize.
The world.
The world.
Stone Skin.
Typhoon.
Energize.
Alright. I forget how many times we have to hit him. But yeah, the previous sequence was a little too fast for me to explain what was going on, but same as in the main route. Well, you can just do the main route. So now we've made it to what would normally be the finale, but since we got all 5 sigils needed to trigger this sequence, we see that we have the 6th sigil, which I think is a zodiac symbol. But in any case, we'll pick it up ever so slowly. Alright, so this is the final secret level, which is just called Dream. That just goes on. But you don't have your sword or your items or anything, you just got some crabs wandering the beach. Go through this valley. See the trees and the sky. I think that's a bird. There's a couple birds just sort of hovering there. And this level in and of itself doesn't really have anything that is particular to it. There's no point except that you're sort of going through to the end. I think scattered throughout it are these dream journals, which I'm just going to skip over. If you want to read them, then just go ahead on your own time. And it's become night. Use that jumper to come into this sort of ring of hills here. And we'll jump up here. Up this platform. Alright, so there's some other sort of log areas there and places that have the dream journals. I think there's like 4 in all. But the main way to get to the ending is there's that big block up there. You take this jumping route up to the moon, and you can see there's a hole in it. And so and I missed. We'll go in and talk to the figure. I'll skip this part. Like you have to go and beat this level to hear what all happens for this final secret ending. Alright, so I skipped over the ending, but that was the secret route in Oneiro, the 6 Sigils route, which you can go through just by getting those 6 Sigils, as I mentioned, and triggering that remaining level. So that is all the Oneiro related content that I have. If you'd like to download the game, look at the description of the video and the link will be there. There's also a link to an instruction manual on that website which helps to go over the basics and to troubleshoot any technical problems you might have. But as far as content goes, I think that's it. So until next time.